Hey everybody, welcome to another video review by CigarFellas.com. My name is Moose. I'm going to be doing your video review today. And today, finally, well not necessarily finally, but we are actually in my cigar bar. It's darn near finished, and we've used it for quite a few things, including the podcast. So my microphone, this is generally where I sit during the podcast. But so it's ready. But today we're actually going to be doing a review that's actually kind of two parts. They're going to be two separate videos. Both of them are in conjunction with one another. But I figured start out and see how it kind of goes. I received two new products to go ahead and review. And I'm kind of excited. If you can kind of imagine, it's always fun to get new toys. But the first part of the review series that we're going to do is actually on the new Xikar X8 metal body cutter, and this is the Bead Blast. So this is the new M8 cutter from Xikar. Now many of you might be saying, well, you know, I've seen that style of cutter before. Yes you have. But the best part about this is that they are metal, right? So it's very honky in the hand. I mean, it's a heavier cutter than obviously the plastic. Now, for me, I kind of thought to myself, you know, I mean, that's great that Xikar's coming out with this new cutter, but what about reliable? You know, what about our XI 1s and 2s and 3s that we've all come to love from Xikar? Well, I guess to each his own. You know, not everybody cares for this double guillotine style cutter, or maybe they just simply want to add to their collection, which, hey, I'm one of those people. I like to have all kinds of different stuff and, you know, and things like that. And, you know, so I'm open-minded to whatever they may come out with. Now, the one thing I did notice with this is, it is, like I said, it's very well constructed. It is very heavy. There is no play really in that blade. I mean, obviously there's going to be a slight variable, but for the most part, when, you know, that was like my first thing is, you know, once those blades come close together, how much play is there? And there is none. No play. I mean, I can't move that at all, which is obviously a very good sign. Running my finger along the blade while it's open, it is extremely sharp. I wouldn't recommend doing that at home, but just for the review purposes, I wanted to let you guys know it is that sharp. There is no doubt that thing would do some very good damage to something, you know, if it accidentally got caught in there. It slides open and closed extremely easy. There is, I mean, let me restart. Let me just say, this thing feels like it should feel. It is extremely well built, extremely solid. I mean, you can just feel the workmanship that went into this cutter when you are articulating the blade. Obviously, the most important part for me is, how well is this going to cut my cigar? Well, cigar. I am one of those people that has a tendency to wet my cap before I cut. I know there's other people out there that don't. I think it's a personal preference. Sometimes I think maybe it can help to not make it so the cap actually tears, but that's just my opinion. Everybody's got a different opinion on this, but let's go ahead and give this thing a shot. So what I'm doing is I'm just slipping the tip of the cigar through. Just like most guillotines, if you can see that. I'll hold it there for a second. It does cut one side lower than the other, which is totally normal. But all in all, let's see if I can rotate that nice and slow. That was an extremely well cut cigar. Nice draw, no issues. That is actually the first cigar that I've cut with this. Obviously, you know, with every other product out there, people are going to say, well, use it for a month and tell me how it works. Best part is, I can use it for a month, and if it goes dull or if it starts tearing stuff, guess what? It's Xikar. There's a lifetime warranty. You take it to any retailer that has one. Generally, they'll swap it out there. If they don't, they'll actually help you to send it back. Or, worst case scenario, if you live somewhere where you don't have any retailers around you, you stick it in an envelope, you send it back to Xikar. They send you either yours, resharpened, or they send you a new one. So, there you have it. This is the new X8 Cutter. Comes in a great box, and like every other Xikar, you know, you excuse me, you can send away for the sheath for it. So, you know, if that's your thing and you collect sheaths as well, fill out that card, stick it in the mail, wait for it to come in the mail. There it is, the X8. So, with that being said, I want to give a big shout out to Xikar, obviously. Thank you very much for allowing us to do a review of this product. I don't think there's going to be anybody out there that is into the single-bladed guillotine style, well, not single-bladed, but, you know, single-slide style cutters that are going to be at all disappointed. It did extremely well for cutting for me. I'm sure it will for you. Check them out, www.xikar.com. Don't forget, you can continue to follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/cigarfellas. You can always check us out at www.cigarfellas.com as well. Twitter, Instagram, all that. Just do a search for Cigar Fellas. I'm all over the place. Till next time, I'm Moose. We'll see you next week here at cigarfellas.com.